Hello, good morning, Prof. Ratni and all my friends. How are you today? Okay, I hope you are in good condition. Okay, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. In this video, I will present the learning strategies and steps that I will use later in my teaching. Okay, before that, I want to introduce myself first. My name is Kadek Kusuma Ningsih. You can call me Pebi. I am from 3G class. Okay, so my purpose in making this video is to fulfilling the final project, especially in teaching English as a foreign language. Okay, next I want to start the presentation. First of all, there are some contents that I will explain. The first is skills, the second is scope, the third is implementation, the fourth is strength and limitation, and the last one is suggestion for teacher. Okay, next. Okay, the skill is, so the skill I use is speaking skill students. And next is, and then the scope. And then the scope, I choose senior high school 11th grade students. And I choose asking and giving opinion item. And the theory relevant about this material is project-based learning. Okay, next. Implementation of the strategy. The activity in the slide, I would like to explain about the step activity in this implementation. This learning activity into three parts. The first is introduction, the second is core activity, the third is closing. So I will explain about introduction. The first is teacher guides the student. The second is teacher guides the prior together to start the class. The third is the teacher checks students' attendance. The fourth is the teacher provides contextual learning motivation according to the benefits and application. So the next is core activity. The core activity, there are 7 core activities. The first is the teacher gives a picture containing a conversation related to asking and giving opinion. The second is students are given a video show about asking and giving opinion. The third is the teacher asks students to make groups. Each group consists of 3 students. The fourth is in-pair students are given pictorial situation about asking and giving opinion. The fifth is students make conversation about asking and giving opinion. And six is student in pairs present the result they have made about asking and giving opinion conversation. And the last one is student with the guidance of the teacher provide feedback about conversation they have presented. Okay, the next is closing activity. The closing activity, there are five closing activity. The first is students were asked about what they learned that day. The second is students were asked about the difficulties they face with the material given. The third is the teacher concludes the material that has been studied. The fourth is the teacher gives homework about the material that has been given. And the last one is the teacher closes the lesson and prize. So the next is so the next is the support learning as for the media need. There are 7 media that will be used. The first is PowerPoint, the second is picture, the third is video, the fourth is laptop and handphone, and the fifth is LCD, the sixth is internet, and the last one is speaker. So the next is, okay, strength and limitation. Okay, there are 5 strengths of this implementation, this strategy. The first is increase student learning motivation. The second is increases cooperation or collaboration ability. The third is increase the ability to communicate. The fourth is help increase student creativity. And the last one is increase problem solving ability. Okay, the next is limitation. I have there are some limitation of this implementation. The first is requires much time that must be provided to solve complex problems. The second is students who are not experienced with working in group might have difficulty in negotiation and compromise. And the last one is when the topic given to each group is different, it is feared that students cannot understand the topic entirely. Okay, the next is, okay, suggestion for teacher. I have some suggestion for teacher implementation this strategy. The first, all of the English teacher should know the procedure about project-based learning because it can help the teacher in the classroom and also student in learning process. By implementing this approach, the teacher can make the student active, creative in learning process and develop their skill and their thinking. And the teacher should know how to implement and use the approach because it's important before the teacher begin. By knowing how to implement and use the approach, the teacher can implement before using the approach in teaching and learning process. Okay, next slide. Okay, that's all about my presentation about final project teaching English as foreign language. And thank you for your attention. Bye bye.